is a quick review of the Sur Ron. Just a quick note of basically out of all the electric bikes I've had so far, this is the best one, just for sort of trail riding, sort of general cruising around. Battery capacity is really good. I've had a KTM free ride before, which I paid a lot of money for, which turned out to be, the range on the free ride was awful. If you're going to buy a second-hand one for sort of £5,500, then it needs to be a 2018 model upwards. On full power on the free ride, you're only getting 25 minutes, and all you ever got when you went out, and it was sort of range anxiety, just watching the power dip. If you put it in full power, then it just goes down so quickly. But this, even if you're thrashing it around for a good hour or so, you're still left with like 30 or 40% left. The most we've ever got range on one of these Sur Rons is 42 miles on eco mode, so it just shows you what they're capable of. Wait, go on in. This one's fitted with a power booster, which are about, you can get these for about 150 pounds, something like that. I thought it was a bit of a gimmick, so I sort of took a chance, but it just gives you 15% more torque, and when I fitted it, it just worked straight away. The only thing with these power boosters is if you're going uphill and you're pinning it for longer than 5 or 6 seconds, they tend to cut out, because the standard bike has a BMS, like a power overload cutout thing it's got on there. But since I've done that, since it cut out that time, I've not done it since. You just have to bear that in mind, not to leave it full throttle under load for too long. But it was definitely well worth the money. It's made such a difference to the bike. You can upgrade these a lot. I mean, they're not for jumping or anything really. If you look at the linkage on the back, it's not the beefiest in the world, but the rear shock's good. The only thing with these is the front shocks aren't the best. They're good enough for trail riding, but it'd be great if you had the money to sort of swap them out for some, say, Fox 40s or something like that. But overall, I've had a Talaria, which was okay. It was a bit overcomplicated for what it was really, but it was quite heavy, and this one, I think, out of all the electric bikes I've had a go on and owned, this has been the best one so far. A friend of mine's got one. I think he's got about 2,000 miles, and that's still going well. He's had no problems with it at all. Yeah, just generally build quality is pretty good, considering they're Chinese. You can upgrade these by doing all sorts of them, spending thousands, but just to get a couple of bits and pieces, maybe wider foot pegs and that power booster, that's about all you need really if you're just doing trail riding. do get a lot of rattle in the battery, and what I've done is just the packaging that you get on your Amazon parcels, that foam stuff. I just put one piece down each side of the battery, which stops it rattling around, especially if you're doing small jumps and stuff. And it's just good. It's just a good all-rounder. You can do trials on it, trail riding. It climbs well. It's just like a little goat bike, really. But overall, it's been really good. The tyres aren't the best in the world, but they're sort of holding up, but they don't sort of corner that well. But apart from that, yeah, really good. Definitely the best one so far. I recommend anybody who gets one of these, they won't be disappointed. It's just, especially if you get 3 or 4 of you go out for the day on them, it's a good crack. The power booster, I wouldn't say you have to have it, but it would just be, it doesn't give you any more top speed, it just gives you 15% more torque. They're easy to plug in. You just plug it in between the BMS and the battery, and you wait for it to stop flashing quickly, so it's sort of like a steady flash, and then it's paired. As far as I'm aware, it works on 21 models and 22. This is a 21 model. You don't quote me on that, but basically make sure you look up, make sure. I think the compatibility is better now with them, but yeah, just it's definitely worth getting. It doesn't give you any more top speed, but 15% more torque. You can feel that straight away as soon as you plug it in, and it's good for doing little climbs, sort of like trials and stuff, going up rocks and things. It just gives you that more, especially if you're a heavier rider. If you're a bit of a lump, then it's definitely worth getting. But overall, even though the KTM Freeride was, I mean, the power was amazing, but the battery was awful, and next minute, you know, like 20 minutes goes past and you're on red, and you've got to set, you know, you've got to make your way back home. But this thing, I don't even look at the battery life half the time. If I'm just going out for a little rag for sort of an hour and a half, I don't even bother looking what percentage I've got. I just ride and then go home, and it's normally on about 45-50%. So yeah.